Oh, okay. We're on live now. Hello, everyone. I always leave some first minute so that anyone can see me. Oh yeah, there's one person watching. Hi. This is the Johnny Blow. Welcome to my talk show. Hello, Andrea. How are you today? It's a very nice Sunday in Paris. It's sunny, and after this show, I will hang out with a friend of mine who is living in Paris. What a sadness! Oh, that's great. How's that in Barcelona? And the other two are watching. Please leave us some comments so that we are sure, me and my guest today, we are sure that you are watching well now, that the internet is working well. And I really appreciate any Skype support today. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you for your time that watching my show today. Hello. Hello, everyone. Can you drop some comments so that I can be easier to interact to you? Okay, let's start it anyway. I will wait for around 50 people more coming, and we will start to have a very nice talk. see, I see. Oh, okay. No audio. Okay, okay. It's fine. We handle this. Okay, and I just
It's okay.
there's always accident in this life.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
okay.
I will come from the beginning. I don't know how the okay how the audience catching us. Okay, I will come back from the beginning, whatever it is. So this is Anne, my guest today, and we're talking about my series. Johnny Upload is one of is one of the broadcasts in my project Johnny to Be Me, where I present and honor on of the best transformation can say in the world from normal people. And today our aunt, she's the amazing person. She's had a great transformation from a girl to really, have a tough time in her life during depression, and how does she transform to a singer right now. Yeah. And the I'm very curious, and I have you will be the same. So Anne, can you have a quick introduction to us?
I am Anne. Hi, everyone who are watching this live tonight here in the Philippines, and also who will be watching this after this live. I am Anne Estipona. I am an independent artist and a mental health advocate. So there. Thank you.
Oh, yes. And I already knew not for a long time ago, and well, of course, I know a little bit about her story, but that's why I found it's very beautiful, like extremely beautiful. And today I really definitely want to share this story to public, to my audience. And this is the journey of a very Thailand girl, and she's so brave to decide to live more openly, to abundantly from her heart. So let's talk about your darkest time first, Anne, because
Uh,
that's where it starts.
okay.
Can I ask which led you to this depression?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Actually, I do not have any recollection of my darkest time, but my therapist told me that it stems from growing up, my experience growing up, and when I was in a child, and also when I had my last heartbreak, my most recent, I'm not sure, it's just 2 years ago. So there. So I've had, my therapist told me that these experiences led me to a downward spiral that caused my depression. And at first, I was constantly being compared, and many people say that I wasn't good enough, and it was very difficult for me because I always feel like I have to compete with life, and I also have to earn the love from other people. And of
Wow.
course, we also went through a crisis. I went through a crisis with my family financially. People say that money shouldn't be an issue, but this is something that not many of my friends know, because I don't want them to think less of me. And at the time, we were seeing the worst in people around us, around me, around my, with the family that I live with, of course. And it wasn't pretty. It was everything I didn't expect. And I heard a lot of bad things that are being said about our decisions as a family, and also about my parents. So it was, I
Wow.
cannot dig deeper on what we experienced financially, but it was the worst for us. So there. Yeah. Was very heavy. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. My show is always about that heavy stuff. But
Okay.
we definitely should face it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, of course, everybody now want to seek for quick happiness, quick joys, and have the trend to face something heavy. And but that kind of thing, the heaviness never really fade away
Yeah.
for quick moments. So actually, the right way is facing it, and I'm really happy that today you're so brave to tell us this story about you. And I think that is very great move, great decision of your life. I have no
Thank you.
idea how many people will get help today actually through these conversations.
Yeah.
So I have a I have a little bit knowledge about depression because I
Uh huh.
myself also went through it some years ago.
Uh huh.
And I'm curious a little bit, beside of all of that mentality stuff that you have mentioned,
Uh
do
huh.
you have some kind of physical symptoms? Like, are you scared something? Did you feel like, no motivation to get out of bed, as people say, and as I experience myself? Can you give some example about some of kind of symptom?
I usually um stay in bed for a week. So I don't know if most people can relate to that, but some people think that I'm just lazy, and that happens many
Yeah,
times. And also I experience panic attacks, and I feel like I can't breathe, like I'm almost crying. And there are times that I've experienced the worst, where I do not really want to exist anymore. Trigger warning for all those who are or who are watching us, because that really happens. And I also faint when there are emotions, overwhelming emotions that I cannot contain anymore inside me, because
wow,
I'm usually a person who doesn't open up or doesn't get angry in public to
I
someone.
see.
So there are a lot of pent up anger. I usually bottle it up. So I think that's one of my weaknesses, and it leads sometimes to fainting. And there are times where I just cry, and people do not understand that. So
Wow,
yeah, there was a time when I was working. I think it's because of the pressure, and also of what is happening in my life at the time. I was really I cannot control my emotions, although I wanted to. It's it's mechanism of my body. It's the defense mechanism of my body to let it out. So another thing is that um, sometimes I just feel tired and exhausted, although I just woke up, and I sleep all day. So there, I sometimes I shake also for no reason.
wow, that must be really hard.
It
Wow.
is, it is, but I can manage it now. So it just yeah.
Is that hard for you for this moment to imagine? I mean, to remind about that, to imagine it again in your mind.
Of course, it is hard, because whenever I have panic attacks, there are people around me who judge the actions that I'm doing, that they just all say that it's just in my head and I can control it. But most of the time, I can't, you know. Most
Yeah,
of the time, a person with depression can control her thoughts. Although most people will reason that the brain is in on top of your head, that's why you can control it. But most people do not understand the imbalance, the chemical imbalance that is happening inside your brain, that you cannot control. And it
yes.
happened a lot before.
Wow. That's why sometimes I imagine if we human, we have something so obvious like an accident, like car accident, we have the real physical injured,
Yes.
and people can see it and people can
Uh-huh.
show sympathy, or sometimes they can understand directly what's
Uh-huh.
happening.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I feel quite unfair for depressed people that
Uh-huh.
how can they, how can that people get more sympathy for people, have a disability, they cannot
Uh-huh.
walk or so on. But depression is something really invisible. you
Yes,
you,
that's
you
true.
cannot, you just cannot show to everyone, and somehow even you try to describe it, it's not that everybody can get it in one day, everybody can understand.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's why this kind of thing, when it start, it can be easy to be more serious and more serious every day. So I believe your symptom, I mean, a lot of audience out there will find something in common with you and will have a lot of sympathy at this moment, right?
I hope so. I hope they can empathize with people like me. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrea. Yeah, Andrea thinks that you are a
Thank you
very
so much,
beautiful human
Andrea.
being.
Thank you. Yeah.
um, yes, and so okay, you have surprised some of the worst thing happened to you at that moment. Can you give me a little bit more details about, like, one more two example, that the moment when you feel really really bad?
I can tell you a lot about it, but it's the thing that I said earlier that
Mm.
when I wish that I did not exist because I want
Oh,
because most people I thought before that bad things are happening because of me, because I'm around, because
wow.
I caused the problem or something like that. So there came a time that I don't. This is really very heavy. So I really I've tried a lot of doing it,
Mm-hmm.
and since it is suicide prevention month, that's why I am opening this up. So I just want,
Oh,
yeah, it's September, so
September. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so
How coincident. How coincident, right?
yeah, it's really a coincidence. So yeah, I've tried a lot of things. I don't want to go into detail about it, but I did, and
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't pretty. It wasn't really. I was a mess, and even my family do not understand at first what I was going through, and they were just saying that I have to get a hold of myself and get my shit together. But of course, I'm I tried my best. I'm trying my best, and there are times that when my therapist told me that I was he she recommended to me to meditate because I was already hearing voices in my head that I was worthless, and that it was different. There were different voices. I cannot identify those voices, but she said that it came from traumas.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, so I was experiencing that, and a lot of people do not know. When I talk about it to people, they will say that I'm crazy, and that um we call it here in the Philippines as baliw, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really something that is not talked about. So when you open something like this, that you hear a person, you they say that you are not thinking well, or you are just plainly crazy. So
Yes. I think the hardest part is that you have to suffer two judgment at the same time. The
uh-huh.
judgment from the people around and the judgment inside yourself. And
Yeah.
actually you don't mean it, right? You never mean to have this. Um
I didn't ask for this. You know,
yeah.
if I can only ask for something, I wanted to be well, but
Yes.
circumstances brought me or led me here, or led me to those experiences, to the voices inside my head, to the ideations inside my head.
Yeah.
So
Many people really feel touching now. There's comment from Carmen. Hi, Carmen. Watching from Tondo. Wow.
Yeah, she's my friend. Hello.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Same here. So yeah,
Okay, yeah, it's what's really hard to tell everybody about this in public, you know.
yeah,
And yeah, and it's really doing great right now. And and thanks to this, there's maybe a lot of people later when feel no more lonely, fighting with their own depression because they feel the same. And mentioning about loneliness,
uh-huh.
I'm wondering, was there anyone support you at that moment?
At that moment, I tell it to my family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they make sure, although there are times that they do not understand, they make sure that I'm always guided. And I also vent out to my mom and to my sister as well. So shout out to my sister, Frances. So yeah, so she guides me she guided me during that time. And also sometimes I listen to stories of my dad and how an army she is, or he is, or a Blink, because Blackpink, he's already a fan of Blackpink and BTS. So yeah, so he makes ridiculous jokes also about it, about political issues as well.
I see. So so somehow like it's like the first date it was his hard, and then I imagine something like the first date it was hard, and
It
later
was,
it's getting better.
yeah,
Um,
it was really hard for them to accept, because here in
yeah.
the Philippines there's a stigma when you talk about mental health. There's a stigma when you open up about your mental health struggles or your mental health condition, because they do not treat it like normal, uh, what a normal illness, a normal physical illness. They treat it
Yeah.
like something else.
Like we just talked about the car accident before, right? It's not
Yes,
something
yes,
so obvious. But trust me, as a person also went through this, it that hurt. It even hurt deeper.
yeah, it does.
And yes, I totally understand. When it's a moment that you felt like extremely lonely,
Uh huh.
especially especially through this journey when during this fighting, what did you do when you feel extremely lonely? Like, you know, there will come up some feeling, some moment, like even your family around,
Uh
your
huh.
friends are around,
Uh
maybe
huh.
you still cannot always talk to them like, oh, today I'm depressed, tomorrow is still like, today I'm depressed again, and the next day is still like, I'm still depressed. Right?
Yeah,
So it's hard to tell them every single day that you feel
yeah,
that,
it is.
but absolutely you feel that. So have you ever felt really lonely in that moment, that even people are around and it looks like they're supporting, but inside you know that you're still fighting alone?
Yeah, I think there was a day that I really felt really, really sad. I cannot, it's deeper than sadness. And I was in my room alone, and I always lock up the door and I do not go out.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, I was mostly in my bed, and I wasn't doing anything. I can't, I wanted to do something, I wanted to be functional, but I I can't. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how to explain it, but it's like whenever I get up, I always sink
Mm,
below the
I
surface.
see.
So
I
it's
see.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So although I have a choice, I have a free will to open a book or to write something or to um
Mm.
just sing or some or dance or
I see.
anything. It was really difficult for me at that
Yes.
time.
And when is a moment that you feel like you really need professional help, like therapy?
It was the time when it, I don't know if I can say it, but in my last breakup, that really was the that was really the last straw for me, and I really needed help that time because I was experiencing this since I was, I don't know, 12
Mm-hmm.
or 14. I'm not, I cannot remember the exact time, but of course, being Filipino and being Asian, you have to be resilient, and your family will always say that you have to choose to be happy and everything like that. But when that shit happened, I was really, I'm sorry if I'm cursing. Sorry, I curse a lot. I'm sorry. So there, I was really, um, I that was the last straw, and that was really the my rock bottom.
Mm,
I
I
don't know
see.
if that is shallow, but yeah, with all of
Yes.
the experiences um that have happened, with all of my experiences, and that time I was really, I thought I was talking to someone, or I was with someone who understood me, but when I was opening up to him, I really, do not understand what I was talking about or what I was sharing. So that became the breaking point of my depression, that I really have to consult someone. After a year of our breakup, I already told my mom that I have to see a psychiatrist. I have to see a psychologist
Oh,
as well. And
that's so brave. Mm.
I found this support group in Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking for a support group like an ANA. I don't know if what it is called there in Paris, but it's called alcohol something, or a session about when you're alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for a group like that where we'll have sessions and talk about our feelings and all. And I was searching when I was searching through Facebook. I was also experiencing um, extreme sadness because I was taking care of my grandma with my mom at that
Mm.
time, and we
Wow.
were in the
What
hospital,
so
and I
heavy.
was searching for the group, and I bumped into Anxiety and Depression Support Philippines, and I joined the group. I filled out the form, and I already saw stories of people because you can vent there
Mm.
in the group, so that people will advise you on what to do. And there was um, someone, I don't know if I can name her here, but she's a her, and she was the one who told me that you have to get help. You have to get professional help because that is not something you can endure.
Mm.
She's a bipolar, and she opened up her story to me, and she said, I
Yeah.
know a lot of people will say that that is just a small thing, or in Filipino they say it's mababaw or shallow, but
Mm.
it's not something that's supposed to be treated as that because it's
So,
your experience. They don't have the right to invalidate you.
yeah.
Go
And
ahead.
after that, what treatment or therapy did you try, and which worked, which absolutely worked, and which didn't? This is absolutely a great advice for people who considering and keep confusing to seek for help out there.
With my case, because I was diagnosed with clinical depression, the foundation, or
Mm-hmm.
the center that I seek help, um, provided me with a therapist first, with, I don't a psychologist, I'm sorry, yeah, a therapist or a psychologist who I can talk to, who will um, of course, assess what they have to recommend to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at first, I was recommended to a therapist who I did not like. So, and also, it was a conflict in my schedule, so I have to be transferred to another therapist. So this therapist was very good, and she was really very welcoming and very entertaining with my questions. And she really listens, and she does this a needle thingy. She
Mm-hmm.
sticks needles in my ear, in my forehead.
Oh, okay.
She did that once.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I told her that I was hearing voices in my head, and she said that it will help me,
Okay.
and it did. And of course, um she also recommended meditation, so I am doing that. It has become a habit. And also, she encouraged me to draw because I also draw a lot. I'm not really good, but I cannot say I'm an expert, but I draw. And she let me draw all the negativities, um, and let me explain everything about it in one session. And
Mm.
they, with my shrink, I don't know if we can call it that, but with my shrink, she prescribes meds to me. And there is an antidepressant, and there is one for my insomnia, because I cannot sleep also,
Mm.
even if I force myself to sleep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling that experience. I've never heard about that method actually. Of course, meditation is very popular, and
Yeah.
also drawing in like mindful drawing. That's how we say. Yeah, it can help a lot, and it can be a great start
Yeah.
for the people. Let can I call beginners in this journey.
Yeah.
So you had been through a toxic relationship as you mentioned before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's a very hurt, but how can you get out of this, like in very strong way? And what was the moment you decide to stand up, like, okay, I get out of this, I no longer deserve this, or something like that, and now you're turning and you decide to continue your dream as a singer? What's that moment?
um I decided to get out of it, or to move on fully from it, because I was losing myself, and I was losing who I am and what I'm doing, and I really have forgotten about what I usually do, like being a creative. And
Mm-hmm.
I usually write songs. I've been writing songs since I was 14, and at the time, I said to myself that I wanted to do something for myself. I wanted to um, say that this is something that is mine, and this is something that I'm pursuing out of passion, not just because society tells me what to do. And of course, this is something that I really enjoy a lot.
Oh, I see. Andrea just asked which red flag
Which red flag I
you
ignored.
ignored. Maybe it can be a great experience for some girl. Yeah, thank you, Andrea, for this
Thank you for that question.
comment, for this question.
Which red flag?
Yeah.
Which red flag I ignored? When I first met him in a museum, and my sister was there, and she was the one who told me that this guy, I do not like this guy for you. And I wasn't really listening
Oh,
at the time. I really did not. Really wasn't into my ex before,
okay.
because he keeps on telling me about bad stuff about himself, and I was like,
Wow.
okay, okay, and he was really proud of it. And I was having second thoughts, but then feelings developed. And another red flag was when um, my friend Carmel, who commented a while ago, who also told me that he is a shitty person and he's an asshole. So you should think about it twice. And I
Mm,
didn't listen both instances, and so I ended up being ghosted. So there.
ghosted ghosting is very, very toxic in any kind of relationship, include friendship. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever ship, you know. Yes, and sure, Andrea, we will have this surprise later for some, not right now because I just have around one two question for Anne. Um, so yeah. Um, so how is that going right now on the way to conquering to conquer your dream? I mean, being a singer, how's going on?
It has its challenges because I'm independent, and as an independent artist, you promote your song, you do the marketing, the promotions, and you sell yourself to people, and you don't have, unlike when you are signed in a label, in a record label, you have a team who will decide how they will promote you and your image, and of course you they will be able to do the A&R and everything like that. And it's hard for me because it's difficult also financially because I have to pay my producer, which is Josh, a friend of mine. But
Mm,
there's this trust, there's this bond that we already have, and he is the one that I trust the most with my music right now because
that's
he
so
is
great.
incredibly talented as well.
Yeah, I think great for you. Like finally you have somebody to trust
Yeah,
because I know after the depression, we have some kind of the time for healing the trust for
yeah.
any people. So yeah, this is absolutely so lucky and I'm happy for you. Okay, due to the request of the audience,
Oh,
Andrea,
the audience. Oh my
maybe you
god.
have a fan here. Maybe
Oh,
you will
thank
have
you,
some fan
Andrea.
here. So would Anne share song? Yes, definitely. Anne will share her debut right now.
uh,
This is a very surprising for my show also, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. And during the song you enjoy, maybe we can have some question to ask our single, and later we will and will answer it so that she can share more about how to overcome the depression. So can you introduce a little bit about the song, Anne?
it is about trusting God. I'm not being preachy to those who are not religious.
Oh.
Fine, do your own stuff. But while I was recovering, I'm still recovering. There's none other than my family, of course, and of course God, who I question a lot.
Wow.
Why is this happening to me? It's basically like a monologue about myself and while I was picking myself up and what is happening to me. So I was really asking a lot of questions when also I
Mm.
wrote this song.
So trust trusting God.
Yeah, it's trusting God, trusting yourself.
Trusting God,
So
trusting yourself. So beautiful name.
it's the title is There is Still Something Good Left.
It's fine. Okay, enjoy everybody.
Oh,
I will have a clap for Anne.
okay. I'm really am nervous. So okay, one, two, three. How are you? How you been? It's so long since we talked to each other. Here I am. Lately I haven't been myself altogether. listening to the songs I used to sing about hope, love, and strength. Dim the lights, I'm not ready yet for this, for this. I know someday you'll see that all of it will be worth it. It might just take a while, but he's listening to everything. Trust in you. Trust that there's still something good left. Every dust that I'm sweeping, I'm not really sure where they've been. Every piece of me were broken, and I can't find each. Listening to the voice inside my head about how I'm not aware. Let me go. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about anything. I know someday you'll see that all of it will be worth it. It might just take a while, but he's listening to everything. Trust in you. Trust that there's still something good left in you. Trust that there's still something good left.
Wow. Oh
Thank
my
you so
God.
much.
I'm so touched that I'm crying.
Oh my god, so that's basically just talking to myself that there's still something good left in this world, and
Thank
there's
you
still
so
something
much.
good left around you. And oh my god, I
Yes,
was
it's so
really
touching.
emotional at that time because when you have those experiences in your life, and and
So,
yeah,
so this is the name. Uh,
there is still something good left.
oh, there's still something
Yeah,
good left. Okay,
yeah,
bless
it's
you.
okay.
Right.
It's
Okay, I
okay.
will definitely create that here less.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry I made you cry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's beautiful. I need to cry sometimes, and
Mm,
people do also cry.
yeah.
Everybody.
We
um,
are just human, so we have to.
yes, there is something
There is still something good left.
in something good left. Yes, everyone, please can and give me the link so that I can send to everyone later
Yeah,
on
sure.
Spotify now. Available. Okay. On Spotify.
Oh wait.
Yes. Yeah, I hope after this everyone will be touched like me. This is so true frontier, and nowadays we absolutely need this kind of thing
Yeah.
because
So
yeah,
yeah, because of the pandemic and everything.
it's exactly with the pandemic, the social media and stuff make us far away more and more from our real self. Oh my god, it is so amazing. Yeah. there's something good left. Thank you, Gloria. Gloria, is that your
Yeah,
sister
oh my
or your
god,
mom?
that's my mom.
Oh, thank you, mom. Best
Thank
mom
you.
in the world.
Yeah, she is. Always will be.
Yeah. And yes, I will give the link to Spotify here in case anybody want to support for Anne. And of course,
Thank
later
you
I
so
will
much.
leave this to in our comments so that the people who watch the record can catch it and support you. Yeah, add it to your library. I absolutely add this song to my library.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Thank you so
beautiful.
much. All I can
So
say is thank you. So there.
no, you're totally welcome. You're so beautiful soul and you totally deserve it. I
You are also.
good experience. Your family, Estipona family, yes,
Oh my god. Shout out to
feel
my family.
yeah, you feel so proud about your daughter, your sister, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm proud also of them that they are my family. Although it
Yeah.
has been tough for us, it has been tough for them to understand my condition, and also to my extended family. They have been very supportive.
So yeah, just last two few questions. Last two questions. Sorry. So
Yes, okay.
how does it feel right now? You see, you breathing from your heart, and you know the feeling that live the feeling about living fully with your heart. To find peace and follow that you whatever that you have wished for. How is that feeling?
I'm feeling I do not I cannot say that I feel complete, but I can say that I'm contented. I'm content with what I have, with who I have right now, with the friends that surround me, with the people around me actually, because they are the best people that I can never imagine having these people in my life. So there. I
Mm,
feel very blessed, and also I feel very fulfilled with my day job
mm.
because I am doing pretty well and I have been receiving a lot of blessings, so to speak.
Um, and looking back all of those events, I know we don't have enough time to say
Of
everything in
course.
detail, but I know your dark time and especially the toxic relationship. It must be hard. Looking back at all of those events, how do you feel about yourself right now when you are here already? You overcame it. Um,
I am I'm surprised. I'm quite surprised because it really is surprising from a totally shitty Anne to I cannot say from a very I still have a messy brain. I'm still very chaotic, but I learned I I learned to mature
hmm,
and to not take things for granted anymore.
yeah, that's how we call being grateful, and
Yeah.
being grateful actually is when give you very high vibe in life, very high energy,
Uh-huh.
and you will realize you have many things around. So I know that people in the depression right now, they are really struggling with this grateful attitude.
Yeah.
That's why, and if there's any few words from your heart and your experience, you want to see, if you want to send to the people who are really in the same case and especially fighting with depression alone,
Uh-huh.
what would be the advice or the message you want to tell them?
I wanted to tell them that that although everything is bad right now and everything seems to be you are at your lowest point,
Hmm.
fighting for your life is definitely worth it because there is really something good left. If you
Oh,
yeah.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And right now, did you can you share any kind of goals or dream for the near future?
Um I have uh, a single. We are working on it. Me and Josh. Josh and
Mm-hmm.
I are working on another single, which I cannot um, disclose yet. What is the title or everything? But it's something about domestic violence. It's a song about those who are
Wow,
fighting for their
that's big.
lives. Yeah, and that
Oh,
who are in an abusive relationship, domestic violence, or if who are victims of domestic violence or mental abuse.
wow, that's amazing. That
Actually,
definitely.
yeah, it was inspired by a story, but yeah, so you can check it out on my Instagram. I'll post updates about it.
Yeah, later we have some link about to your Instagram.
Yeah,
Maybe
of
you
course.
will have a lot of fans after
Oh
this,
my god.
and perhaps it
Thank
will
you
be
for that.
a symbol, a singer as a symbol to yeah, as you say, a mental health advocate, and like always try to be on the side, present the on the underground community
Uh-huh. Yeah.
that have this deep inside,
Yeah.
including domestic abusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that in France, the is one of the highest percentage in the world for domestic
Oh,
abusive. So I really hope that your single, your album, all about this topic will become popular in the world, so that people can
yeah.
aware about that. Like,
Yeah.
yes. So, well, this talk is going to the end. If anybody can send some message to Anne, please do it now because we are totally leaving. So, really, through this talk, I just want to send a very simple message that you can see a person, like it can be a very normal person inside your family. If he or she have a very well mental health, it can bring peace to even 10 other people around. So what I'm trying to say here, we cannot ignore this anymore, and this is very important. Is one healthy person can make a lot of other healthy person, and it can create a very healthy society, especially this pandemic. So please take care of your mental health. And you have no idea how it can be. You have no idea how successful, how valuable it can create later. Like Anne, the world will have one more single, one more talented singer, right? So beautiful and talented. I'm really sure the next boyfriend will be the
Oh
luckiest
my
man
god.
in the world.
I don't need one right now. I'm happy. I'm happy with being single.
Yes.
All the single ladies.
Yeah, and I'm so happy. I always tell Anne that I feel so great. I mean, it's very great vibe to be around her and talk to her, because but as a singer right now, maybe later she will be super famous. We never know, right? But she always humble
I don't know. Thank
and
you.
really warm and real good listener. Always checking up on people. It include me. Yeah, I'm so happy to know you. Seriously.
Of course, you too, Chi. I'm happy that I got to know you as well.
Yeah, and we maybe in the future we will have this talk again.
Of course.
Maybe at that moment you will become famous already,
Oh
and
my god, thank you.
maybe I
Again,
will
thank
have
you.
to pay a lot
um,
to invite you
I
again in
don't
the
know the
show.
future.
That will be another version, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
that
we
would
will
be.
have this video to be evidence,
Yeah,
but that
thank
will
you.
be another version. You will never stop glowing. I believe that once you
Thank you.
overcome this, nothing can stop you. So cheer up, cheer up. I'm the
Of
fan of
course.
you.
Thank you. I'm a fan of yours as well.
Thank you so much. So yeah, thank Mary V. She or he will definitely add your song in the playlist.
Thank you so much.
And once again, I see a very nice message here from Andrea again, the fan. I wish I can be half brave as Anne. So yes,
Thank you, Andrea.
so brave. Yeah, I
I
hope
know you
you.
will.
I hope you enjoy the talk, Anne.
Of course,
And
I did.
yeah, so okay, it's time for we leaving, you guys. Thank you so much, Anne, for supporting my show, and all your family and friends today who's watching. I'm really feeling to appreciate and I'm very grateful. I wish the best for you all because now I'm going to have a great impact to to everyone, right? So I wish you and I wish you the best for the future with everything you're planning to, and please keep taking care of your mental health because you're such a great person.
Thank you too. Of course, you as well. You are a great person too, Key.
Yeah, thank you. So see you for the next month maybe. I will consider to do the fourth episode this month, but I will see. Please keep supporting me on the page Journey to Be Me. And this is the show Journey of Growth, where you can find many beautiful stories about transformation of normal people in the world. Thank you so much for watching again, and I see you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Good morning, good night, and